Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ryal Thomas. The title of the show is titled A Touch of Life. I'm going to jump right into this. It's so many things I want to say. I want to try to get you all out there to understand at least my point of view on this, because there are so many things that contribute towards our life. And I just want to take a look at this. I just want to be real this evening, and I just want, hopefully, that you all will understand exactly where I'm coming from. I notice that, let's take, for example, your grandparents. Let's look at this for a moment. They have a way with talking to you, a way about themselves that brings about life unbeknown to us. You can go to your grandparents or any elderly person and start a conversation with them, and they're very careful. They're very careful about the words that they use in order to try to help you, because they know that the approach may have an impact on your life. Now, you may go to other individuals and they may just randomly start talking. But with seasoned individuals who have gone through this journey called life, they know and they understand the importance of coming to you from an area of love, from an area of understanding. They understand that what they say can do positive or can have a positive response from you. They may not use a certain word that they may be thinking, because they may understand that what you are going through requires a different word, a word of love, a word of attention. So we must understand that all of these things contribute towards the longevity of your life. You may talk to some of your friends, and some of your friends, they may not even understand what you're feeling. They may not even know what direction they're going in. They may just be talking just to hear themselves say something, not knowing that it's contributing to a positive act or a negative act. But when you're talking to someone who understands you, who understands your feelings, who understands your thoughts, they understand that there are certain chemicals in your body that happens to be moving around. It happens to be lining up with one another to bring out the best results. Have you ever experienced a thought? Have you ever had a situation where you concentrate on something so long that you may have an ache? Your back may start to ache. Your neck may start to have certain pains in it. See, these feelings, these negative feelings, these thoughts that you may have, it is my belief that they show up in a physical form. That's not helping us. See, we want to understand that certain acts of kindness, certain acts of care, certain acts of love, man, it's doing something. It's doing something for us. It's not always something you can put your hand on. It's not always something tangible. Sometimes it can just be a thought. It can just be words. It can just be certain things that happen to you throughout the day, and all of a sudden you're not feeling right. Do you understand? A touch of love, a touch of life is a touch. It doesn't have to be a physical touch. It can be a verbal thing. It can be a mental thought that gives you, that extends your life, that makes you feel good about yourself. There are blessings in feeling good. There are blessings being around good people with good energy. I'm not saying that we are not going to have bad times in life, because we are. We all need to work on something about ourselves. So there's no reason to sit there and think that, oh, well, I need to do this, I need to do that, or this is going to happen. No, you just need to be aware. You need to be aware that things that happen to you throughout the day, throughout the week, they're having an impact. They're having an impact on you. Try to bring about good people in your life. Try to bring about good thoughts in your life. We can lie down and go to sleep with a lot of thoughts that are just running through our mind. And I first and foremost want to say this. Don't let it get you down too much. Sometimes we have a tendency to dwell on things too long. And some things are just thoughts. They're just thoughts. We're human beings. We're going to have random thoughts. But you don't need to focus on every little thought, because sometimes we can be our worst enemy. We can create some things within our body and do not even realize that we're creating it. Some of you all out there know exactly what I'm talking about, because I know I have gone through it. I've gone through that several times. And it has taken me this long in my life to understand that some of the pain that I may be experiencing is not a physical pain that happened to be something is physically wrong. In my lifetime, I now know that some of these pains I create. I know if I put enough stress on me, my chest will start to ache. I know if I get involved in things that I'm not ready to be involved in, I know sometimes I may start to sweat. See, your body tells you, whether you want to believe it or not, your body, our body, is a magnificent thing. It tells us, it gives us the signs when something is going wrong, when something is entering your spirit, entering your soul. See, this is just a flesh thing, but you have to understand it's a combination of things that make us travel through this journey called life. It's just not a physical thing. You can have a certain thought and create a headache. You can see something and all of a sudden it gives you chills. You can talk about something or hear someone talking about another individual in a negative way, and you know that it's wrong, and all of a sudden you have a pain coming down your arm. What do you think is happening? So if it's bringing out physical forms that are tangible for you to touch, what do you think it's doing to you internally? What do you think it's doing? There's some mess going on inside, man. There's some things going on inside of you when you're experiencing things, man, that's not contributing to extending your life. It's not bringing about longevity. And you may look at it and you may play it off and you may think to yourself, well, you know, I'm not going to worry about that. Yeah, that's what you tell yourself. And then you lie down at night and it resurfaces. It comes back to you and you start to think to yourself, why did I say that? Why did I do that? See, sometimes a lot of activities throughout the day can justify your feeling of not feeling what you know is wrong. But let me try to explain this to you. See, when you lie down at night, in the innocence of night, when it's just you, your spirit, your soul, and your thoughts, it comes back. And the more you think about it, and the more you realize that a wrong has been committed, there's some things going on inside of you internally that you don't even know. You could be creating a growth in your body. It can be working. It can be building up to something that you may not see until years down the road. I think you all know what I'm talking about. There are certain things that we bring on ourselves because in the beginning, it was all about love. We were created out of love. To create something as wonderful as we are, you must understand, to put anything into your spirit and soul that's foreign, it's going to disturb the growth of love. It's going to disturb the spirit. It's going to disturb the soul. You cannot fill your car up with water and expect for it to run. Even if you mix water with the gas, the car will start to shake and shimmer, knowing that something is wrong. The same thing, it is my belief that when you fill your soul and spirit up with things that are not natural, your body begins to shake, shimmer, starts to give you signs of, I'm breaking down, I'm not feeling good. You run to the doctor, and I know all of us, and if you haven't experienced this, you will. There has been plenty of times that you have gone to the doctor, and the doctor say, I don't know what's wrong. There's nothing here. Your blood work is fine. I don't see anything. The x-ray is great. So I don't know what to tell you. See, this gives me confirmation that things can be contributed throughout our body without us even realizing that something is contributing to it in a negative manner. And this is why you must, or we must, understand that a touch of life, that we all need to be touched in a way. We all need good soil in our spirit and in our soul. We all need to come from a strong foundation, a foundation of understanding what really energizes us to continue through this journey called life. I don't know if you all have recognized this or not, but usually when an accident occurs, and you may have the paramedics, they may come up on the scene. It's always someone saying to you, you can make it. Just tell yourself that you can make it. Come on now, snap out of this. Tell yourself that you will survive. See, they know. Some of these individuals are taught. Some of these individuals know that you have to put a good thought, a good feeling into your soul and into your spirit in order to keep you alive. See this up here? It's brilliant. It's brilliant. That controls a lot of what's happening to us in our life. So as long as we can continue to feed the mind good thoughts, good feelings, it's dispersed. It's dispersed throughout us. That's what we must understand. A touch of life. And like I said, some people understand this. Some people will sit down and listen to you. You take a wise person, a person with great knowledge, a person with great wisdom. He or she will not talk too much without hearing everything that you have to say. Because what they are doing is trying to understand where you are. And once they find out where you are mentally, then they can come in. Come in not condemning, but come in with proper help. That's why it's always good to talk to someone that understands the power of love. It's always good for that, because if they understand love, they're going to show you love, and they're going to speak words of love and kindness to get you over this hump that you may be in. See, sometimes we need to hear constructive criticism. We don't always need to be pacified with words that make us feel good. See, sometimes one may have to be harsh in order to get through to the core of you, of us. It's a breakthrough. And when you can break through and understand that that's more to you, it's more to us than just walking around thinking about, oh, look at this person or look at that person. You know, we want results in our life. You know, people want results. We don't need excuses. Anyone can come up with an excuse as to why things are not going their way. And it's always good and maybe in some point comforting to point the finger at someone and say that's why things didn't happen for me or to me. See, it may be comforting, but see, everything that's comforting to you is not good for you. Because making an excuse for your position and your condition will keep you there, will keep you right where you are. Recognizing what one needs to do is half the battle. Because once you recognize what you need to do, you know what you need to do. But if you constantly make excuses for why you are not where you supposed to be, you will always stay where you are. You'll always stay where you are. Face the reality of what you need to do. And sometimes what you need to do may hurt you and may hurt others. Oh, I never thought that she would say that. Oh, I never thought that he would do this. You know, because see, sometimes things in your life may be enjoyable. See, sometimes wrong acts can be enjoyable. You can do some wrong things and it feels so good. But see, feelings can trick you. We all can cater to a feeling. We can cater to the feeling of drinking a lot and feeling good behind alcohol, not looking at the effect, what it's doing to the liver, not even thinking about that until 10 years down the road. All of a sudden, it's cirrhosis of the liver. But at the time, you were working on a feeling. We must understand a touch of life can come in. We must believe that. We must put ourselves in a frame of mind knowing that we have to be careful because it's our life. This life is short, and you want to hold on to everything positive that you can. In the end, we're all in that casket by ourselves. We're all in the ground by ourselves. No one is jumping in the casket saying, I'm going with you. So all of these thoughts and all of these things that you may be thinking about, every now and then, think about yourself. There's nothing wrong with believing and help an individual. I'm a believer in that. I try to help as many people as I can. But I must first be able to understand me in order to understand how much help I can and cannot give to an individual. That's a temple. Your body is a temple. Everything you put in it physically, everything you put in it mentally, everything you hear verbally has an impact on how far you will go in life. And this is why I'll move into something that's kind of, well, it's dear to me. I don't understand, a lot of racism. I don't understand that. I don't understand how one can put a lot of hate in their spirit and expect for their life to come out in a positive way. Do you understand? Hate is the foundation of all type of things that may come into your spirit and soul, because we weren't created out of hate. We were created out of love. All of this discrimination and all of this racism that people are praying up, talking about and getting involved in, racism has become a commodity. Everybody's jumping on board because it's giving you that 5 minutes of fame. Some people are writing books behind it. Some people are extending racism by even talking about racism. Not saying that it doesn't exist, and in some cases, of course, it needs to be talked about. But how can you teach your child to hate someone because of the color of their skin or where they are from and expect for that child to excel? You might as well expose the child to cancer, because in the end, that's what it will turn into. So because of your beliefs and your hatred of someone because of a race, because of their race, you give your child this disease. You give your child this disease. How can you say you love your child and give your child a disease? Something to grow up with in their heart, in their spirit, in their soul. And because of the way they feel, they are excluded because the world is moving forward. Time waits for no one. So while you sit back and think that you are contributing to a good cause with racism, you're not. You're putting on someone's heart, putting on someone's spirit, something that they have to live with. Just wanted to throw that out there because a touch of life is all about love, all about understanding who we are, what we need to do. Don't let anyone rob you of your individuality. We are all unique in our own special way. So to point the finger at someone and find fault in them or a group of people or an individual, what about the things that are happening to you? What about some of the things that you need to clean up in order to bring longevity to you? Some people may agree with you just because they like you. Some people may agree with you because they proclaim to love you. True love for a person is to show them, if they do not know, where they may be going wrong, where they may be thinking wrong. Build a person up. I don't care about the past. If someone is constantly bringing up your past and bringing up the wrongs that you have done, man, that's not a friend. We all make mistakes. We want people that's going to, in our circle, that's going to build us up, that understands the importance of that understands that life is short. I need people around me that can properly back me up. That's what we need. When you look at relationships, you look at all type of relationships. We should understand one another. We should understand that somebody may be having a bad day. But when they come around love, they need to experience love. They need to feel love. That's how you keep love moving. That's how you keep your life moving in a positive way. We don't have time to focus on what went wrong yesterday. We don't have time to find the excuses to comfort us because we didn't say something right or we didn't do anything right. We must realize and recognize that correction needs to be done. And it never hurts to apologize to individuals, and mainly apologize to yourself. Because like I said, sometimes we can be our worst enemy. We make so many excuses for some of the wrongs that we do. Sometimes we need to fix us first before we can fix someone else. We're not always right about everything. But through my experience and through my journey, I do know that love is the foundation. Regardless, I do know that love is the foundation. How rich is a man? How rich is a man that has no feeling, that has no love for his fellow man, but yet he's a millionaire, he's a billionaire. How long will he live without love? How many people have he hurt by just the words? These feelings come back to him at night, regardless of how he looks, regardless of how he looks in the public. When he lie there in the bed, when he or she lies there in the bed, the truth is revealed. So I want to close by saying, make sure that you understand that love, feelings of love, brings about longevity, a touch of life. I want to thank you all for tuning in. See you next week. Thank you very much.